Hello, lovely listeners. I'm Julia, who will help you relax and fall asleep tonight. What time is it for you right now, and where in the world are you listening from? Write it in the comments. In a time long past, nestled between rugged mountains and verdant forests, there lay a kingdom of gentle souls and hopeful hearts. The kingdom was known for its rolling meadows dotted with wildflowers, babbling brooks that sang soft lullabies, and ancient trees whose branches whispered secrets to any who might listen. It was a land where every sunrise promised adventure and every sunset held the gentle promise of rest. The people cherished life and their traditions, passing down legends and fables through generations. One such tale, known by all who lived there, was the story of a magical castle hidden deep within the mysterious woods, wherein resided a creature of great mystery and sorrow. At the edge of the kingdom, there dwelled a family as ordinary as any, yet their lives were touched by a destiny that none could foresee. The patriarch, a kind-hearted man named Alan, had once been a spirited knight in his youth. Now in his advancing years, he found solace in the humble rhythms of village life. His daughter, a bright and gentle soul named Elise, possessed an inner light that warmed the hearts of everyone she met. With eyes that held both wisdom and wonder, Elise was known for her curiosity and her profound empathy towards both nature and people alike. In the same village lived a man whose presence stirred mystery and awe. He was not like the villagers whose lives were marked by simplicity and quiet routine. This man, once known as Prince Leon, had been touched by an ancient curse. His unfortunate transformation into a fearsome beast had been a source of terror and sorrow for those who had heard of it. The curse, a punishment for pride and arrogance, had crafted a monstrous exterior that concealed within a heart yearning for redemption and love. Although many spoke of him in hushed, fearful tones, a few believed that somewhere beneath the beastly form lay the remnants of a noble soul waiting to be set free. Legend held that the creature dwelled in an enchanted castle hidden in the depths of the woods, a castle not easily found by common wanderers. The structure, clothed in ivy and mystery, seemed to breathe with a life all its own. Over the years, this castle became a symbol of both dread and enchantment. Some said that if one was brave enough to enter, the walls might whisper secrets of forgiveness, hope, and transformation. Others believed that the castle was cursed beyond salvation, a prison for the lost spirit of a once kind man. Whispers of the castle's magic spread far and wide, drawing the curious and the desperate alike, each hoping that its mysteries might heal their broken lives. Elise, the compassionate daughter of Alan, had often listened to these murmured tales with wide, inquisitive eyes. Unlike others who were content to fear the unknown, she felt a pull towards the castle, a gentle summons that called her to explore, to learn, and perhaps to mend what had been broken long ago. Every story told by the village elders only deepened her conviction that every soul, no matter how marred it might seem, deserved a chance at redemption. In the quiet moments of dusk, as the wind danced with the leaves, she would close her eyes and imagine a world where even a beast might find love and acceptance. One warm spring morning, as the dew still clung to the petals of early blossoms, Elise found herself at a crossroads. The village was abuzz with preparations for the annual festival, a time of joy, music, and celebratory dance. Yet amidst the laughter and communal cheer, a melancholic thought tugged at Elise's heart. She remembered the quiet moments spent listening to the elders recount the legend of the enchanted castle and the troubled soul who resided within. Determined to uncover the truth for herself, she decided that the next time the forest beckoned, she would seek out the mysterious dwelling. Her heart was filled with a blend of apprehension and excitement, for the path ahead was fraught with the unknown. In her modest room, where soft light poured through a little window adorned with painted flowers, Elise prepared for the journey ahead. She packed a small bag containing essential supplies, a loaf of freshly baked bread, a flask of sweet water, and a hand-stitched cloak that warmed her shoulders on chilly evenings. Beside her, a cherished journal lay open, its pages already filled with sketches of the surrounding hills, observations of nature, and fragments of dreams that might one day guide her steps towards destiny. Every item she chose reflected both practicality and sentiment, mirroring the harmonious blend of wisdom and wonder that marked her life. The villagers, unaware of her secret resolve, continued their routine with quiet hope in hearts. Emboldened by the silent whisper of destiny, Elise pressed further into the ancient forest, where every step echoed with timeless mystery and every rustle of leaves suggested secrets not yet told. The winding path ahead was shaded by colossal oaks and slender pines, their branches knitted into a verdant canopy that filtered the sunlight into a gentle cascade of gold and green. Along the way, the forest revealed its charms in quiet, unexpected bursts. A cluster of delicate wild orchids nestled amidst ferns, the chirping of crickets creating a symphony with distant bird calls, and the soft trickle of a hidden brook that murmured stories of days long past. As she ambled along the mossy trail, Elise's thoughts wandered to the legends she had heard during childhood, each story weaving a spell of both caution and hope. It was as if the forest itself conspired to guide her footsteps toward a destiny that lay mysterious and profound. After several hours of gentle wandering, Elise came upon a clearing bathed in the warm light of the afternoon sun. At the center of the clearing stood a curiously ancient stone fountain, its water sparkling like liquid diamonds as it cascaded gracefully over intricately carved edges. The fountain, though worn by the passage of time, exuded an aura of quiet majesty and sorrow that resonated deeply with Elise's own yearning for understanding. She approached the fountain reverently, noticing that even its crumbling surface seemed to bear silent witness to untold histories. As her fingers brushed the cool stone, she felt a subtle pulse of magic, a sensation that affirmed to her heart that her journey was not one of mere coincidence, but of fated significance. In that moment of stillness, a gentle voice, as soft as the rustle of autumn leaves, emerged from the surrounding silence. "Do not be afraid," the voice murmured, its tone filled with tenderness and ancient wisdom. Startled, Elise glanced about, seeking the source of the sound. Her eyes fell upon a small, ethereal figure perched near the fountain, a creature no larger than a sparrow, with shimmering wings that glowed in hues of twilight and eyes that sparkled like starlight. "Who are you?" Elise asked, her voice trembling between wonder and trepidation. The little being replied with a lilting smile, "I am Aelia, a spirit of the forest, and I have been sent to guide you on the path you must take." A profound calm enveloped Elise as she realized that every element in this enchanted place was imbued with purpose. "And I have long awaited a soul of pure heart," Alien continued softly, "for you are destined to unravel an age-old mystery that has burdened this land." As Alien fluttered gracefully on iridescent wings, Elise could not help but marvel at the miraculous interplay of light and magic. The tiny spirit beckoned her to follow further along a hidden trail, a narrow path shadowed by overhanging boughs and interlaced with clusters of vibrant, dew-kissed blossoms. With each step, the forest revealed more delicate details, a symphony of colors, scents, and sounds that became a living tapestry interwoven with the threads of destiny. Elise felt her senses intoxicated by the beauty that surrounded her, each detail reinforcing her resolve to seek the truth behind the legendary castle and its mysterious inhabitant. A strong feeling of hope and determination filled her soul, sparking a newfound courage that made her footsteps light and unburdened by fear. Time flowed in a gentle rhythm, marked by the soft cooing of doves and the intermittent call of distant woodland creatures. The path eventually led her to a weathered, ivy-clad archway that stood like a sentinel at the entrance to an overgrown courtyard. Behind the arch, shadows and light danced in a quiet interplay that almost invited her forward. Uncertain yet compelled, Elise stepped through the archway and found herself standing before a grand, ancient castle. The castle, enveloped in swirling mists and a faint luminescence, exuded both an aura of desolation and an undeniable air of forgotten grandeur. Its tall, arched windows and towering spires whispered of past glories and lingering sorrows, a place where time itself seemed to pause in reverence. The entrance of the castle was framed by ornate carvings of mythic beasts and twisting vines, a testament to an era when magic and art flourished side by side. As Elise marveled at the intricate details, a sudden chill swept through the grand hall, as if the very air within the castle were alive and watchful. She hesitated on the threshold, the echo of her own heartbeat mingling with the ancient murmurs of stone and shadow. In a measured tone, she declared, "I come not to disturb, but to understand the history that binds this place." Her words resonated softly within the cavernous hall, as if the castle itself were willing to listen to her earnest plea. A lingering silence shrouded the moment, broken only by the gentle creak of aged timber and the distant drip of unseen water. In that profound quiet, Elise sensed that her arrival had awakened something long dormant, an echo of a past filled with both beauty and woe. Gliding silently through the grand marble corridors, Elise observed fleeting glimpses of portraits and tapestries that chronicled the castle's illustrious history. Each painting, depicting scenes of noble gatherings and sorrowful farewells, spoke of a time when love and honor were intertwined. The castle seemed to breathe with memories of joyous celebrations and quiet heartbreaks. As she wandered further, the air itself appeared to shimmer with remnants of enchantments cast centuries ago. In one expansive chamber, dominated by a towering stained glass window, beams of vibrant color bathed the stone floor in a kaleidoscope of light. The interplay of hues stirred in Elise an overwhelming sense of destiny, an affirmation that her quest was entwined with the fate of those who had once dwelled in these walls. Reflecting on all that she had witnessed, Elise felt an overwhelming mixture of awe and deep sorrow. The castle, in its silent grandeur, told the tale of a forgotten splendor tarnished by a cruel curse, a curse that had stolen not only beauty, but the hope of its people. Yet, amid the lingering gloom, there was also a promise of renewal, a whisper that love and compassion were powerful enough to break even the darkest of enchantments. As she stood in the midst of timeless corridors, her heart reverberated with this quiet promise. and I will restore what has been lost," she vowed softly to the echoes around her, her voice steady and imbued with a noble resolve. And I will seek the truth behind this ancient curse." The castle walls seemed to pulse with her determination, and for a fleeting moment, the shadows brightened as if acknowledging her pledge. Thus, with a mind both curious and determined, Elise continued her exploration of the castle, each step drawing her deeper into the mystery held within its walls. In the quiet solitude of the grand hall, every whisper of wind and every flicker of candlelight spoke of hidden paths and secret chambers waiting to be uncovered. Though uncertainty and peril lurked in the silent recesses of the edifice, Elise's heart remained steadfast, guided by an unfaltering belief that even the darkest curse could be redeemed by an act of true compassion and love. Though darkness lingered in the castle's depths, Elise's unwavering heart always believed in compassion and redeeming love. As twilight deepened into night, a stirring began within the dark recesses of its forgotten chambers. In a secluded tower, far removed from the opulent halls that had once echoed with merriment, lived a solitary figure burdened by a formidable curse. This figure, known in hushed memories as Prince Leon, had long absorbed in sorrow and regret. Beneath the coarse exterior of fur and fearsome features lay a soul tormented by memories of who he once was, a noble man full of kindness and honor. Tonight, as the slender moonlight crept through cracked windows, the beast sat alone by a cold stone hearth, his eyes reflecting the light of distant stars, and his heart heavy with the weight of years lost to darkness and desperation. He recalled with painful clarity the days when laughter and music filled his life, when the warm embrace of friends and family had been his comfort. In those halcyon days, he had been celebrated for his valor and generosity, yet pride had led him astray, and a curse, ancient and inexorable, had transformed him into the creature he now was. As he traced his long, gnarled fingers along the rough-hewn surface of the stone mantel, memories surged forth like torrential rivers. Faces of loved ones dissolved into shadows as haunting whispers of regrets past echoed in the silent corridors of his heart, and the burden of solitude pressed heavy upon his very being. Outside, in the stillness of the night, the castle seemed to share his melancholy. The corridors sighed with the weight of unspoken longing, and even the once sparkling chandeliers appeared dim and forlorn. In the solitude of his chamber, the beast pondered the cruel twists of fate that had led him to this lonely existence. "Am I forever condemned to wear this grim mask?" he would often ask the silence, his voice a resonating murmur that mingled with the dark air. In his heart, though, a spark of hope still managed to glow, a hope that through some act of true love and forgiveness, redemption might yet be attained. The beast yearned for that distant memory of kindness, and sought desperately to reclaim the man he had lost. The night carried endless hours, punctuated only by the periodic rustle of ancient tapestries and the gentle creak of the castle settling into the chill air. In solitude, the beast would read forbidden texts, volumes of forgotten lore that held the secrets of enchantments and the paths to salvation. His mind wandered through the annals of magic and myth, searching for the elusive key to break the curse. With each turned page, his longing grew, matched only by the bitter remorse for the misdeeds of his past. He mused on the paradox of his condition, how the very creature that instilled terror in the hearts of others was itself trapped in a prison of sorrow. The beast's thoughts were further stirred by the soft strains of music that occasionally drifted through the castle, echoing from an unseen source. Such moments reminded him of the joyous banquets of old, when love was abundant and hope seemed infinite. He remembered a time when a gentle melody had filled the air at court, enchanting not just the ears but the souls of all present. Now, those harmonies, faint and distant, served as a bittersweet reminder of the beauty that once was and the happiness that had been cruelly denied him. "If only I could hear laughter again," the beast murmured to the darkness. "If only I could feel the warmth of a gentle embrace." Unbeknownst to him, far from his secluded refuge, another contemplation stirred, a parallel soul embarking on a quest unknowingly linked to his fate. While the beast wrestled with his inner torment, fate was weaving a tapestry beyond his control, stitching their destinies ever closer. The whispers of the castle, laden with both sorrow and promise, heralded a change that had been long awaited. The magic of that ancient edifice was not confined solely to its stone walls or echoing halls. It was interwoven with the lives of those who dared to seek its secrets. In the quiet interlude of solitude, the beast recalled the gentle words once spoken by a dying mentor, who had advised him, even in the darkest of winters, the promise of spring lies hidden within the heart. Those words, spoken with such serene conviction, had once offered solace and a glimmer of redemption, but over time, their luster had dimmed under the weight of despair. Tonight, as he sat in his shadowed nook, the memory of that counsel stirred in him an uncertain hope, an ember that might yet kindle a transformation long thought impossible. His heart, though wounded and weary, dared to imagine the possibility of love, the sort that could heal even the most grievous of wounds. As the hours waned, a gentle knock echoed from a chamber door, resonating through the silent corridors of his solitude. Surprised by the intrusion, the beast rose slowly, the sound of his heavy footsteps mingling with the soft sigh of midnight air. Opening the door, he revealed a dark corridor lined with portraits of his former self and of happier days. The knock had come from someone unknown, yet it heralded the promise of something unexpected, a visitor whose presence might disrupt the long-held gloom of these ancient walls. For a fleeting moment, the beast hesitated, the memory of rejection and loneliness flaring in his guarded gaze. But then, with a deep, resonant breath, he whispered, "Is who ventures into the realm of fading memories?" His voice, though roughened by sorrow, carried a mixture of defiance and fragile longing. The reply was soft and tentative, "And I seek shelter from the storm," and it carried a sincerity that resonated with the beast's own hidden desire for connection. Intrigued, he opened the door wider, revealing a modest room illuminated by the soft glow of a single lantern. In that room stood a young woman, her eyes filled with cautious hope and a heart that seemed unburdened by prejudice. For a long moment, beast and guest regarded each other in silence, the space between them heavy with the unspoken possibility of change. The young woman introduced herself quietly as Elise, and in her gentle voice there was an undeniable warmth that stirred something deep within him. "I have come in search of understanding," she said softly, "for I believe that every soul, no matter how lost, carries a spark of light that can bring forth redemption." In that instant, the beast felt a quiet change stirring within him, a faint echo of the man he once was. As he met Elise's gaze under the soft lantern light, time seemed to slow, and centuries of sorrow momentarily lifted. The castle, imbued with ancient magic, watched silently as this delicate meeting unfolded. In that shared glance, the beast recognized the possibility of renewal and redemption. The fragile seeds of transformation were planted deep within his heart, nurtured by hope and the promise of love that might one day break the curse. In that silent exchange, both understood that fate had conspired to bring them together against all odds, indeed, profoundly. At dawn, a new day broke over the castle, its soft light spilling through tall arched windows to warm ancient stone with hues of amber and rose. In these early hours, the corridors and quiet halls revealed secrets of a forgotten splendor. Elise wandered slowly, her footsteps echoing along marble passages and worn wooden floors. Each step carried her deeper into the castle's hidden history, where faded tapestries and dusty portraits spoke silently of joyous celebrations and heartbreak long past. The peaceful glow of morning infused her with both wonder and gentle resolve, and she felt that every corner held a story waiting to be discovered. With a heart full of quiet determination, she embraced the mystery of the place, eager to uncover truths obscured by time. Her every breath felt alive with promise, and the castle itself whispered gentle invitations to explore its ancient soul in pure, quiet wonder. Later that morning, Elise entered a sunlit gallery where a series of paintings narrated the castle's rich past. Each portrait captured moments of love, valor, and sorrow, reflecting a legacy tarnished by a lingering curse. She ran her fingers gently over the canvas surfaces, marveling at the delicate brushstrokes that immortalized forgotten memories. The art spoke of festive banquets and quiet lamentations, of youthful laughter now silenced by time. In that hallowed space, Elise felt a deep connection, as if the painted eyes and gentle smiles reached out to her, urging her to bring compassion to a wounded soul. The light that caressed the gallery seemed to mend old scars, and every color whispered secrets of hope, redemption, and the possibility of transformation. Overwhelmed by both beauty and melancholy, she vowed silently to honor these stories and to seek the healing truth hidden behind every faded image. Every sunrise affirmed their commitment, and every shared smile healed old wounds with gentle, unwavering, transforming grace forever. Beyond the gallery, Elise discovered a hidden garden enclosed by high stone walls where wild ivy and roses intertwined in a display of nature's resilience. In this secluded oasis, the passage of time slowed, and every petal told a story of survival and grace. She sat on a mossy bench amid fragrant blooms, breathing in the soft aroma that mingled with the cool breeze. The garden was alive with quiet songbirds and gentle rustling leaves, a refuge from despair. Here, Elise felt an immediate kinship with the land. It mirrored her own quiet longing for beauty and renewal. Determined to honor its delicate charm, she whispered words of solace to the petals, believing that love had the power to restore even the most weary of hearts. In that serene moment, hope blossomed alongside each vibrant rose. She remained seated for a long while, letting the beauty of this secret haven fill her with endless gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose. Nature's quiet miracle restored her hopeful heart truly. As the days that followed unfolded, Elise and the beast worked together to restore not only the castle's glory, but also the fragile parts of their own souls. Each morning brought gentle rituals, sunrise walks in the dew-kissed gardens, quiet moments shared in the library among ancient books, and tender conversations that bridged the distance between human and beast. Their growing bond lit up the castle like a beacon, drawing curious yet hopeful spirits from every shadowed corner. Together, they cleared cobwebs from neglected corridors and replanted with care the once forgotten rose gardens. The restoration was as much about healing the living as it was reviving the inanimate. Through shared labor and mutual understanding, love began to weave its magic throughout the stone and ivy, promising renewal and a future unburdened by past curses. As the castle and its people continued to heal, the transformation extended beyond mere walls and gardens. Word of the miracles spread quietly through the neighboring lands, carried by travelers and whispered on the winds. The curse that had once cast a shadow over noble hearts began to dissipate, replaced by a tender promise of a new beginning. In the glow of restored chambers, art and music once again flourished, and the castle became a sanctuary of hope. Elise and the Beast, now united not only by circumstance but by deep, sincere affection, embraced the challenges of their future. Their love was both a promise and a remedy, a healing force that revived the past and promised endless possibilities for tomorrow. Throughout the restored halls and blooming gardens, every whisper of wind echoed their triumph, as hearts once broken now beat in joyful harmony, embracing the light of new dreams eternally. In the final days of transformation, the castle stood as a living testament to the power of redemption and love. The gloom of the past had been replaced with vibrant hues and warm laughter, and every room pulsed with life and renewed purpose. Elise and the Beast, their souls intertwined through shared struggles and beautiful triumphs, led the reinvigorated community into a future that was as bright as it was mysterious. Through hardships and healing, they discovered that true beauty lies in accepting one's scars as part of the journey. The castle had, at last, become a beacon of hope, a place where even the deepest curses could be overcome by the gentle strength of the human heart. In that uplifting atmosphere, every soul found solace and courage, their dreams ignited by the radiant promise of a future where love conquered all hardships and every wounded spirit bloomed beyond all boundaries. Sweet dreams, good night.